Nomadic Fanatic gets his shed delivered, and more Tater controversy. All right, let's start with Slicing Sally. A little update. I talked about her breaking her elbow. She doesn't need surgery, which is good news. She has some movement in it, and it seems she's doing pretty good. Now, she did have a previous injury in the same location, so when they went and did the x-rays and everything to see what was going on, it was hard to tell what was old, what was new, but yeah, they said that she doesn't need surgery, so that's a good thing. So still go over and wish her a speedy recovery. All right, keeping with updates. Matty Van Halen, he got his casita. He took it and got it all washed and cleaned up, got some tires on it and other stuff like that. So it's all hooked up to his van now. And yeah, seems that he is enjoying it so far. All right, the woman's RTR. That's right. It was, it started, it came and went. It's all over. It has happened. The one where the male chauvinists are invited to, that starts today. Yeah, that started today, so that's underway. The RTR 2026 has officially kicked off as of today. Not a whole lot posted about the women's RTR, but it did just end, so I guess we'll give it a day or two to for everybody to get their videos edited and uploaded and all that good stuff, because, yeah, there's really not, I mean, I saw like one or two talking about it a little bit, but yeah, not a whole lot of coverage of the women's RTR. But then it is top secret squirrel stuff for just the ladies, so yeah. So I guess we'll just wait until the actual RTR that, again, kicked off today. Now, as far as Quartzsite in general, it's starting to get busy. It's perking up there, that's right. There's the thing that always amazes me, though, about the RTR in this time of year is that it's the groupings. Everyone always talks about, you know, that there's seamlessly endless amounts of land, that the acres of public land is just, it seems to go on forever, yet they all seem to come and clump together for some reason. And yeah, I know it's little groups here and there, but still, everybody, they talk about getting away from community and society and this and that, and the wide open spaces, and there's millions of acres and yada, 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 and you don't have to do this, but yet they're always there. And I don't know, everybody always says, no, that's not true. That's not true. But yeah, so I don't know. It looks they don't look real spread out to me. I mean, for all the billions of acres of land, it doesn't seem like they're taking advantage of the wide open spaces. To me, it seems like they're, kind of clumped together. I mean, look. Again, some of them aren't right on top of each other, but then some of them are. They're boom, boom, boom. So, I don't know. I don't get it. I guess, and then you hear about the stuff where, we were there last year and we liked that spot and that's our fire ring, and so people fight over the same little hunk of dirt, even though there's millions of acres for them to use. But anyway, so that's Quartzsite. The big tent, it starts on the 17th. So when the vendors and the RVs for the RV show start showing up, slowly, so do the people. But anyway, out of everything and the Quartzsite deal, it seems that La Posa South seems to be the busy spot out of everything. The free boondocking spots are starting to be taken advantage of. So yeah, everybody's not paying to go camp. There are people out in the free boondocking areas. And then there's some saying that, it's just not as crowded this year as it was last year. Now, it is still early yet, and the RTR is just kicking off, so, I expect it to be busy. But again, a lot of people come, I know in the past, they stopped going to the RTR, and they just had the little party Rs. They had these big groups and gatherings, and everybody would, come and hang out and party, and then when the RTR was over, everybody left. It was just basically a big meetup group because they knew everybody was going to be at one spot. So if you wanted to go see somebody you haven't seen in a while or meet your favorite YouTuber, you knew you could usually find them in that area. So everybody would kind of clump in there for a while. So that's what happened there. There are a few different videos about Quartzsite. Not too many, but there, Sarah from Wandering Gypsy, of course, Dave, the Ambulance Man. And then there's Rob, travels with Dottie. He does a lot of Quartzsite stuff, but everybody's videos, they all kind of say different things. One says it's not that busy. One says it's getting crowded. The other one says it's okay. It's about the same. And so, everybody has their own little opinion. Now, as far as speaking of opinions, as far as that Rob guy goes, traveling with Dottie, I'm not a fan, because he was a regular at the spot. He hung out there with that crowd, so you know how I feel about them. And he actually made a couple videos where he was encouraging people to give Randy money. So since then, I don't trust that dude. I don't care who he hangs with now or what. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about him, because after I saw him, oh, come on, Randy does it, give him money. And that's the last fucking person you need to give money. So I don't know. This dude, either he's really, really gullible, or he's one of them weirdo, creepy spot people. So there's people saying there's not as many people in Quartzsite this year as usual. Does this mean that the Nomad craze is fading? Are more wheeled wonders being like Aja, Mike, Tater, and others? Or are they buying land and just popping in for the festivities and heading on out? Now, if you do take a little bit of time and you look at RV sales and the manufacturing numbers, tiny home stuff and off-grid stuff, it seems to be on the rise. Vehicle dwellings seem to be dipping some. Now, I'm not saying it's going away or anything, but it's not the hot ticket that it once was. All right. There was somebody that was in Quartzsite, said he didn't like it, couldn't wait to get away, went back, was there for a week, and then fled. We don't know why, because he didn't do anything, obviously. But anyway, Tater, that's right. I'm talking about the Tater. You see
that little check mark?
All right. So Tater got his shed delivered. He showed his driveway. And just like I said, it wasn't the stone that froze. It was the dirt. I said that if it was frozen and clumping together in the back of the truck and wasn't coming out, it wasn't the stones froze together. It was because there's too much dirt. And sure as shit. What it appears to be is that Tater bought about 80% dirt and 20% stone. And you could just tell by Tater's tone and his demeanor that, he wasn't really all that happy with what was going on. And now he says you live and learn and all that and yada, yada, yada. But you can tell he was not happy.
Close right here. You can see some rocks in there.
Ooh, look at all of them.
Come back a little bit farther and it's just dirt again. Definitely.
Yeah. So that's what he got. So if you know anything about anything, or you don't even have to know anything about anything, you can see that he ordered stone and he got dirt. So whether it be the word of the Tater, Tater's attitude preceded him, and word got around that, hey, it's this guy, or not. We don't know, but yeah. So that's what we got. That's what we got now. He found out another mistake that we talked about here, and that was how when he was down there on his hands and knees clearing his moon rocks away, he did it over there in the tire print. He didn't clear in the center. Yeah, he thought that, just doing the bare minimum there and where the tires were going to go, and it's just a little tire path, that's all he needed, because the truck was going to come down and open the thing and just dump, and it's just going to spread it all by itself, and it was just going to fill and everything was going to be hunky-dory. But leaving that came back to bite him in his ass a little bit too.
The 8 to 10 foot drive, don't leave a little patch of rock in the middle, because it would have worked great. My plan would have worked great if they were just going to drop the rock and spread it. But in this circumstance, having to have a tractor come out and pull and move stuff, well, he's just grabbing, see all these rocks and stuff that I've got to pull out of the wheel lane again? Well, these big rocks were in the middle where I left them.
So he left the big rocks. But anyway, yeah, so he left those, and then the guy came and, spread out the stone and was dragging stuff and catching the rocks, of course, but everybody knew that was going to happen. But hey, so there you go so far. All right. Now, when he paid to have the stone, or should I say dirt, spread out, again, it dug up all the moon rocks. He says now, with it the way it is, it's going to be fine if it rains or snows. But if you look at it, I don't know, it looks to me that it may get a little snotty or even start clumping up when it gets wet. But I don't know. He could be right. I don't know exactly what it's like there, but a lot of people say it's like clay stuff and it builds up on your shoes when it gets wet and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I think the couple little pebbles that he has strewn about here and there, I don't think they're going to do a whole lot for the moisture, shall we say. So Tater did get his shed delivered. He got the one with the porch, as I reported a while ago. He already started to gaudy it up. That's right. He put fake flowers and all kinds of shit up. He even hung a little Tater poster in the window. So yeah, he's already starting to gaudy the thing up. He also talked about painting. Speaking of gaudy, he talked about painting the shed that he just got to match the bus and the trailer. So he wanted to paint it. So Tater went over to Kevin's. He got a trailer Swift and took it over to Tater Acres and unloaded his trailer. That was a mess. He had shit thrown in there all over the place. He unloaded that into his new shed. Now he says he's happy that he can secure his belongings. And he even talked about installing his cameras and things like that. First thing that popped in my mind is, why bother? He had all those cameras at Taterland and had no clue his property was being trashed and a meth hub was being run there. He was oblivious. He wasn't aware of the busy roadway that was made and utilized in the rear of his property. He had those cameras. What good did they do? So exactly what will be the purpose of the cameras? Will be to look at the front 4 feet perimeter of the shed? Or is it just to keep an eye on the trash can at the end of the lane? Oh, if people come and go, will he even be aware? Those cameras, apps, watch, the alert system, it didn't seem to do much at Taterland, did it? And Taterland was only 1 acre. And he was oblivious to the activities on a quarter of it. This is 5 acres. That means what? We got 4 acres that could have a meth lab, crack house, hell, and a brothel on it, and he wouldn't even know. Speaking of people and Tater Acres, looks like Zen Tater lost it. Yeah, that's right. It would appear that the calm Zen on-screen persona Tater is trying to slide by slipped in the comment section somewhere. So, Live Screw beat me to it because, speaking of Live Screw, I have to interject. I had a funny comment. Some person said that I was run off of Tim's channel with threats, and now I'm being run off Tater's with threats. Oh, really? I guess I don't make videos about Tater anymore. They say the Live Screw doesn't back down. Why am I scared? I don't know what they're talking about. First of all, I didn't see any threats, and I don't know what I'm backing down from. Seems like I'm making a Tater video as we speak. I don't know, but I just thought that was funny and thought it was worth sharing. Anyway, I was informed yesterday about the rage comment, but I was busy doing other shit. I didn't even turn the computer on yesterday. I did look at a couple things on my phone while I was doing things, but yeah, YouTube wasn't a priority yesterday, so Live Screw got that one. It seems to me that it's basically classic Nomadic Fanatic fashion. He does this often. He goes off and he writes this rage text. I guess it makes him feel better, and then he deletes it right away. And I say it's classic Nomadic Fanatic fashion because he has done this to me more than once. See, he comes over and he leaves these rage comments and then deletes them. He then plays dumb and innocent because there's no longer a comment there. So when you say, well, he let this comment and it said this, he denies it. Well, people, including myself, and I have some of these still I could show you, that people caught on and they started screenshotting his erratic behavior so they can go, yeah, you deleted it, but yeah, here it is there, pal. So apparently, and this is from Line Screw's video, by the way, so apparently he basically threatens people with bodily harm and a trip in a body bag if they go to his property. He also warns posters encouraging stalkers with legal action. In other words, if you're like me and other channels, apparently, that if you encourage this behavior, that you are going to be faced with legal actions as well. Well, I know some are going to come running over here to alert me for my need for legal representation. Well, he's definitely not addressing me. There's no way. Because I guess, as I said, this other person says, anyone that pays attention is well aware that I have never said once that he was on the run or hiding. I said he did something, don't know what, but he's not hiding from the police. I never said he was. If that's me being scared by threats, whatever, it's just my opinion. That's the way I feel about it because there's nothing that proves otherwise. He's posted on YouTube exactly where he is, but the FBI can't find him. The helicopters overhead can't find him in his big blue bus at Kevin's house. Come on. But anyway, and I never encouraged, implied, or condoned anybody looking for Eric or visiting him. As a matter of fact, I actually said the opposite. I think the words that I used were, even the Tater deserves his peace and quiet. Even Eric should have a safe place to lay his head. And that's exactly the way I feel.
That's my opinion!
If that makes me, oh, you're backing down from threats. Nobody threatened me. I didn't see any threats, but if they come, I don't care. I'll wait for the letter to come in the mail and I'll show up at court when I have to, if that's the thing. But, it's crazy. I don't care who you are. If you think, Mr. Commenter, if you think that someone should post his coordinates on the internet and have a bunch of people go after him, that's on you. You're fucked up in the head. And anybody else that thinks that, I don't care. I don't care how much I don't like the guy. I am not going to send people to his property, even if I did know where it was, which I don't care. I think it's insane. So whatever you got to say, comment away. It's good for my algorithm. Oh, and because Tater, he claims he's going to use these posts and the paper trail, and he's more than happy to use it, whatever, because the paper trail lead nowhere that comes to me. There's got to be other channels that he's talking about and referring to because, go warn them, because I ain't said shit. I said the opposite. I'll talk about him being dumb and gaudy and doing dumb shit and remind people of all the horrible shit that he did. But I'm not going to send anybody to his fucking property or his bus location or anything else. I'm not that fucking stupid like some of you apparently are. Now, Tater said Diana's coming to Tater Acres at the end of the month. Well, we know what that means. That pretty much means all work's going to stop. Well, at least by Tater. He might hire some folks to come in and do shit, but all work's going to stop because Tater's going to need a vacation, and you're going to have to bear with me, guys, and those two are going to go take a road trip. Does he need a road trip? Probably. Those two have been apart for a while, so yeah, they need to go do something and go run. So, whatever, I guess, but yeah, it will stop. All the Tater Acre stuff will come to a halt. All right, in the meantime, Tater Talks starts Tuesday. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what this thing's all going to be. I kind of want to see what the format and how the quality is. I'm a little bit anxious, a little bit curious to see what this is going to be like. What do you think? Are you with me? Do you not give a shit? Or are you just a little bit curious? I know I am. Now, speaking of quality, I will end on a positive. That's right. I'm going to end on a positive. For all you ones that say I'm so negative, here's something positive just for you. Although the content was mundane and just repeated shit from Taterland, you know, doing the same shit that he did here, making a driveway and getting a shed delivered. Woo, we saw that before. Eric seemed to put a little bit of effort into his video. That's right. He did a little thing. He set up a couple different shots and views and angles and did some things. So, you know, it's getting closer to the old style that I actually admired him for doing and enjoyed. Not him so much, but the video effort that he put out before, I did enjoy. And it seems like he's trying to creep back into that. And I applaud that. Now, if we could just get the content up with the styling, because personally, I'm really not into watching Tater Acres done. I'm not. I don't want to see, you know, Taterland 2.0. I've been there, done that with Taterland, and it wasn't even that long ago. So to watch all this sheds delivered and solar panels and water jugs, and I don't know. I don't know if I can sit through all that, but I guess I have to, because if I don't talk about it, I'll be accused of being run off by threats.
From Victoria Station in London, this is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.